Hello and welcome. A decade ends, a new decade begins. We'll have to wait to see whether the 2010s are going to be quite as exciting and momentous as the oh-ohs were. But for the moment, on this program, we're going to take a look at 2009. And let's start with politics. It was the electoral triumph of the decade. The UPA stormed back to power with a decisiveness that few had expected, including within the Congress party. Many gave the credit to the young Crown Prince, Rahul Gandhi, who continued to stay away from government while rebuilding the Congress party village hut by village hut in Uttar Pradesh. For the main opposition party, the BJP, it was a year they would prefer to forget, with many of their most senior leaders walking into the sunset.
A victory which surprised the Congress almost as much as it did the opposition. The Sonia Manmohan Rahul Troika led the Congress to a larger-than-imagined victory. The left was wiped out. And Lal Krishna Advani lost his last chance to become Prime Minister. The NDA lost a glaring failure in the final leg of his political career.
अंधेरा छटेगा, सूरज निकलेगा, कमल खिलेगा।
2009 was clearly Rahul Gandhi's turnaround year. From being the scion of India's first political family, he achieved an image makeover. First as the Aam Aadmi's mascot, and then as a political strategist who would not only lead the UP Congress to an unimagined victory, also back Generation Next leaders countrywide. After the win, Rahul declined a ministerial berth and embarked on an India Yatra from Kashmir to Kanyakumari to energize the Youth Congress.
I've got a job to do, and as I've said clearly, it's to help the youth of this country enter politics and to change the way the politics of this country works.
Analysts say through this Bharat Darshan, Rahul is attempting to create the image of a mass leader. After all, in the next election, he could well be the UPA's prime ministerial candidate. The BJP was stunned by the electoral loss. Every aspect of LK Advani's remarkable legacy, from his ideological repositioning of the BJP to his tenure as Home Minister, was called into question. The fissures in the internal chaos laid bare. First, when Jaswant Singh was asked to leave the party for allegedly blaming Sardar Patel for India's partition. Even as everybody asked, why was the BJP sacking a leader for an apparent insult to a Congress stalwart? The crisis deepened after Yashwant Sinha said that Advani was in the know of the militant hostage swap in the '99 Kandahar hijack. And Arun Shourie lashed out at President Rajnath Singh for what he called rudderless leadership. If this wasn't bad enough, Vasundhara Raje refused to step down as the leader of opposition in the Rajasthan Assembly. Finally forcing Big Brother RSS to intervene and publicly urge a change in leadership. By the end of the year, Advani and Singh had to step down.
Tuba.com